Hey, folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to Mining Mondays, where we are back in Dwarf Fortress, ready to diggy all the holes, which is really all we can do right now because undead control the surface. So we're gonna see about going a little lower. I know we got a whole new microphone thing going on here. I'm actually trying to put in a little effort to try to see if I can maybe professionalize this a little bit. Every now and again, when the moon aligns, I pretend that this is an actual job. Don't worry, it doesn't last. And we go back to just goofing around and being silly and stuff like that. Video's amazing. Oh, all the versions of the videos for frickin' Diggy Hole are amazing. And yeah, like huge kudos to Yogscast, who originally did that for Minecraft. Which I am thinking we are gonna do. I'm sure I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do some streams at some point to learn Minecraft. I've owned it for over a decade. I bought it in the super early pre-alpha. Technically, I've probably put in tens of hours. But effectively, it'd be the same thing as starting from nothing. So we could do something like that. I had to train myself up so I can join a Kids for Lux multiplayer at some point. Maybe we'll see. Undead controlled surface, free defense. I mean, yeah, that's true. Should I feel bad that I'm here instead of doing my job? I mean, I'm here instead of doing a real job, so, you know, let's all be in it together. It's not a new microphone. I did get a little foam thing on it so we can ASMR properly. Although, with my filters, it's funny. I go to, like, rub the mic. And because of my filters and noise gates and stuff, it actually just cancels it. You can't hear me rubbing on the mic. Unless, I suppose, while I'm talking, but that wouldn't really work out too well. But yeah, I just got the foam ball on it now instead of the pop filter, just because the pop filter is always really like wiggly and jiggly and annoying to kind of deal with. So I'm hoping the foam cover will do the job of the pop filter without being as finicky. And I got it on a shock mount now, and this a new mic stand that's actually attached to the desk. The last one, so I had one that for a few years that broke, so I bought a new one on Amazon. I went super cheap, and it's trash. It was trash. It was not, it wouldn't hold position. I'd be recording it and I'd constantly have to bring it back up because it kept drooping no matter how much I tightened things. So I got another one that actually attaches the desk, which I didn't want to do in the past because I was worried about vibrations from typing and stuff coming in. But then I was like, well, I'll get a shock mount. Now I don't have to worry about vibration coming up the desk and getting in on that. So yeah, we'll see. You got a cheap monitor stand, bit floppy and useless, yeah. There's some things, you know, you get what you pay for. I mean, you know, I never want to, I try not to be extravagant about things. Even this, the new mic stand here was, I think $90. I didn't go cray, but yeah. And I mean, using the microphone stands before is always awkward because like there's the desk in the way, so I'm sort of sitting it next to the desk and trying to get it there. It's like, no man, I should just do this. So we'll see. Floppy and useless sounds like you. Ha! Yeah, well, with the fact that I haven't been to the gym since COVID started, that's how I feel like these days, too. Drooping mic, I'm sure a pill could help. Do you experience droopy mic? Well, I can't think of a fake medical name right off the fly. Digivox, maybe for you. Ask your doctor if he recommends Digivox. Side effects include spilling your tea all over your desk. Doesn't help that this is a huge tea mug and it is filled nearly to the brim. So that could be a bit of a problem. All right. Is that a road? No, the microphone brand, it's IX Tech. I mean, I don't think it's a big brand, but it seems to be working. Experience droopy mic arm, use Cialis. Don't ask your doctor, just use Cialis. Shaking hands on a full mug, what could go wrong? Exactly, right? I'm playing with danger here. Anywho, we're here to dwarf, so we're gonna do that. Actually, tell you what, just so that we don't interrupt the gameplay, let's check out the subs and resubs first, and then we'll get dwarfing it up. We got some resubs coming in from Choyed at 38 months. Dustitches with a 1-year Twitch anniversary. And remembering that Twitch Prime sub. Hey, Dustitches, thank you very much. Fistandulus. I never know exactly where the breaks are supposed to be in your name. I'm very sorry. 21 months. Weather Fox is at 65 months. Hey, I quit a long time sub, fell off for a while due to life. Stupid life. Not even that good of a board game. Actually, I really enjoy the life board game. I mean, yeah, it's totally random and whatever, but it's still fun. Good stories. But I'm happy to be back for Steam DF. Oh man, it's so good. Scave Rat is here for 95 months. Feels like a lot less. I know time flies when we're digging holes. Real Luckless is here for 56 months. Thank you very much. Finn McCool is at 93. Slayin is at 38 months. Juna's at 68 months. One more month indeed. Rhyme Pendragon is at 91 and says diggy diggy hole. Giga Kilo is at 48 months. There's a 4-year Twitch anniversary. Hearthak Nut is at 94 months. Bitter Old Guy, there's another 48-month Twitch anniversary. 4 years. Thank God I haven't found anything better to do with my life. You and me both, my friend. And D Melts is at 54 months. Hey, D Melts. Thank you. Oh, for those of you who don't hang out on the Discord, ran into a funny issue with with our YouTube series of Dwarf Fortress. Because I just made episode 20 live and I was looking through the listing. Episode 16 was flagged as YouTube for inappropriate content and unsuitable for advertisers. And I was like, why? I wonder what it is. I mean, you know, there's kids and there had been some combat with the children, and as usual, dwarven children just murder everything. And I couldn't figure out what it was until I looked at the text transcript of the auto-generated subtitles. And one of the things that YouTube has decided arbitrarily is a no-no. You can curse in your videos, but you can't curse in the first 15 seconds for some reason whatsoever. Cursing in the first 15 seconds gets you flagged. And apparently it thought the intro to that video was, hey fucks, quality team here. I put in a dispute. We'll see if anything ever happens to it. But I'm like, and now I should make sure I introduce my videos with, hey folks. Quill 18 here. Wasn't at the keyboard yet to say this on time, Quill, but there's a newer, much better sounding version of Life. Wait, of the Life board game? Really? Oh, neat. Started doing that at the end of December, retroactively for all videos. Yeah, that's going to be really annoying if they constantly misparse my stuff. I wondered if it might have happened with episode 16, because I think that was the first one where I switched from the Yeti Blue to this what's it called? This is like one of the standard ones, SM48, like the Shures or whatever. But it hasn't seemed to have happened with any other videos yet. We'll see. But anyway, if one day my intro changes to Hey Friends, you know why. You don't know why. I don't know. In recent years, YouTube hinders content creators. Yeah, Cornelius, YouTube is just like hates the people that make content for it. They keep removing so many features that are so convenient for content creators, at least for content creators that don't fall within a very specific little niche. Like so much about my workflow, about how I upload videos, set up videos, do all these things on YouTube, keeps getting completely shattered and broken by YouTube consistently. Like, you know, it's hard to explain certain things with like when you upload videos. So normally I upload videos usually in batches, right? I record 3 or 4 episodes of something, I upload them all. And then it used to be I could go on YouTube and then sort of just like middle mouse click or, you know, right click, open a new tab, like for the edit for all the 4 videos I just uploaded. Now you can't. Now the videos go in this weird draft mode where there's no way to like open the draft edit in a new window. So I have to do them one at a time, which is annoying because it was really easy to be able to do like copy, paste, 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 copy, paste, 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 copy, paste, 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 click, click, click. I would just tab, right? I'd click, click, tab, click, click, tab, click, click, tab, click, click, tab. It's like assembly work where you're just doing the same thing over and over. Now I kind of have to do the entire setup on one video, then go and do the entire setup on the next video. It's slower and more annoying. And then the other thing that's easier to explain, and the reason why playlists aren't updated as often as they used to be, you used to be able to just set up a rule on a YouTube playlist to automatically add videos as they get uploaded or as they get published based on our title. When a video with a title matching this gets made public, add it to this playlist. They got rid of it. Stupid assholes. Urgh. There you go. Ban me for that, YouTube. Anywho, Dwarf Fortress is here. So this fortress has been going off decently. We're here 5 years now, and things are generally going swimmingly, except for the fact that we do have a necromancer tower next door, and every now and again they come and raid. And currently we do have a lot of undead here. If we go to other, so okay, we do have 3 Ulm people. I don't know why these 2 are in blue. Actually, I have no idea why that's the case. But yeah, we have 2 putrid slayers, and then a whole whack pile of undead over here that keep getting raised by necromancer. There's a necromancer somewhere on the map, but apparently they have the same sort of stealth thing as some of like the snatchers and whatnot. So presumably we don't see the necromancer, but like humans keep visiting, like bards and stuff like that keep showing up, get slaughtered by the undead, and then they're getting raised. Now, at some point, we're going to be able to go out, and we'll probably do okay. Or we could just wait out the siege at this point. It might not be the end of the world. The big thing that we need to do is we do need to go to our world map, and we've got to go and take out the Necromancer Tower, which we're pretty sure is this one over here. So at some point, we'll go out there and burn that freaking thing to the ground so that this doesn't keep happening. That being said, otherwise, things are going okay. Yeah, seal the doors, Juna says. We don't need to go out anyway. That is true. As like, yeah. I mean, we've got our fort walls up. We've got the overhang. No one can climb over. We got fortifications. We can plunk arrows at these guys, but it's like almost not worth spending the arrows. Question: can we develop nuclear dwarf weaponry? Well, we can do dwarven atom smashers. That's what happens when a bridge drops on things. Those things disappear. It's pretty amazing. Catapults do exist. They're pretty weak ass though. Ballistas can do some funky things in the hallway. The other thing you can do is pump magma up to the surface and just like burn the entire countryside down. That's fun. Maybe we should consider that as our anti-undead defense. Yeah, see, Asu says this is a job for magma. But right now we're fine. We're just chilling in here. Yeah, minecart railgun is another possibility. Yeah. There's some really funky stuff you can do. But right now things are going okay. We have hit a couple of cavern levels. We've got this level over here, which we presume is cavern level 2. And then above that, we have cavern level 1. So we have access to underground trees. So, you know, that should be fine. Food situation is great. Drinks is fine. I mean, there's no real reason we need to go outside other than the fact that we're going to want that. We're going to want to. Notice a distinct lack of moat. Yeah, we could set up a magma moat. Things are possible. I wouldn't mind, in general, digging down to the magma level at this point. We could really kick our metal industry up to a new level of production by not having to worry about generating as much of the coal, as much of the coke. But what I want to do first is I want to go and do some muggy things here. We never got to the point where we're encrusting mugs with things. Now, I mean, if we keep getting sieged, then we can't really trade the mugs anyway. But at least this way, we'll be ready when the siege lifts. So I want to do the well-organized, like, mug crafting and encrusting sort of phase. So our generic stockpile over here, I did go into custom, and under finished goods, I prevented goblets from going there. So cups, goblets, and mugs are all goblets. Depending on what material they're made out of, they're named different things, but they're all goblets. So I went and blocked it there, as well as the other big stockpile we have here. No goblets allowed. I'm actually thinking I'm also going to go ahead and prevent cut gems from going into our generic stockpiles. Because we're going to set up a proper encrusting system. Now, the thing is, so at the gem workers, you can add a job to encrust finished goods with cut gems. This is what we want to do, because we want to get our mugs all encrusted with gems. Now, in here, we can filter what gems we use and what kind of cuts and things like that of gems we use, but we cannot specify what finished good is used. And I mean, I might be fine with letting everything get encrusted, but I want to be specific here, and I want to just gem up all the things. So yeah, who doesn't want a crusty mug? Exactly. So we're gonna dig out a new area over here that is gonna be our new zone for manufacturing mugs. Well, less about manufacturing mugs, more about storing mugs and getting them encrusted with stuff. And for that, what we want is we want a jeweler's workshop that's linked to a specific stockpile. So, and I kind of thought, you know, maybe what we could do is actually like draw out a little mug and just use this area for things. We kind of did that before, semi-accidentally. Is this a mug or is it more of a stein? Oops, I guess it would be here. Hold on. Maybe it should be like this. Is that more mug-like?
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
Maybe this. Yeah? Yeah. Stupid Quaker, hey, thanks for the sub. So mugs so spiky dwarf beards are now double as mug holders? Mugs so spiky. Where do we come in here? Maybe this way? It's hard to, like, draw a hallway that doesn't, like, change the look of our design. Enter through the handle? You know, if I just nudged everything over by one tile, we could do that. Mug with a straw. Yeah, a little bit. Try to make it look like Steam. Yeah, I could actually, like, slightly wondered about something like that. The hole directly into the top of the mug looked like a draft pouring into a stein. A little bit, yeah. Try projects on board? Yeah, I think we've got some on the YouTube. Yeah, we must. I haven't played a ton of Project Zomboid, but I do like it a lot. All right, let's go with this. So we'll just let this go. I did also, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna make this higher priority because I did assign a bunch of random mining jobs. They're getting around to it. In like the caverns and stuff to get various minerals. Although I think I did set that as a level 7, so low priority. Thanks, Essentia. Yeah, that search tool on the YubTub's very handy. Yeah, the sub to enter the name pool thing is still active. We're not naming every single Lord and Lord dwarves because there's, you know, over 100 of them. But dwarves that do notable things like make artifacts or do cool stuff in battle, we do name them, and that is coming out of the Twitch queue for that. I think I'm going to shorten this mug handle, actually. I think I'm going to do that. No self-respecting dwarf would quaff water from a mug. True. Although, what I'm realizing, our military could probably use some more flasks. I don't know how many flasks we've got. I don't know if that shows up in the equipment list. Yeah, so this is the flask slot over here. If you make them out of leather, they're called like water skins or wine skins. If they're made out of metals, they're known as flasks, but it's all the same thing. Also backpacks over here. So you can make flasks or water skins out of all kinds of material. But for hysterical reasons, we have always made our flasks as much as possible out of lead. Because I think it's funny. So what I'm going to do from now on, literally any lead we happen to have, I'm going to turn into flasks. So I'm just going to set one, do no more than one per day. And as long as, if we have, yeah, greater than 0. If we have any lead bars at all, make a lead flask. Because it's funny. I guess we should probably get some backpacks for some of their equipment and stuff too. I tend to make them out of leather because it feels, or cloth, but for whatever reason, I like making leather backpacks. I don't know why. And for this, I think what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to ask for like 40 of them to be made. Enough to kit out a full military. The dwarves already have lead in their blood. Yeah. The elves don't want wooden mugs, sell them lead flasks. Oh, careful with the backpacks. They're involved in the bug that causes military dwarves to leave meals to rot in their rooms. Really? Oh. I mean, we don't... Thing is, we don't actually need the backpacks. I always feel like I should have them, but I'm gonna just leave them off. We do have a few. We've like traded for a few random ones and things, but... As things are good. Well, except for all the undead like holding us besieged forever and ever, but... Yeah, this is just... Combat is just people sparring, which is great. Nothing missed so far. We're all good. Well, except for the zombie siege, but, you know, that's been going on for a little while. We're still working on finishing up our dwarven military. We've got lots of jobs in here for our various steel armors and things, and our steel warhammer. But yeah. I think if your dwarves never ever change uniforms, backpacks are safe. If they ever swap out of and have backpacks, cause them to abandon their carry meals forever. Yeah. Okay. Zombies are normal now. Yeah, what's our, so yeah, we have 4-star flood here as our Baron. Oh, who is still lacking some things in their room? Also, that reminds me. So, they're mostly okay with their room. Did we have a fancy room for them already? Because I know we randomly... Because we didn't actually assign... Where's 4-Star Flood's bedroom? I don't know if there's a way to find that from the dwarf. But this area over here hasn't been bedroomed. It looks like the Enterprise. Oh, over here. There we go. There's one of our fancy rooms. Although apparently not quite fancy enough. What's your deal? So your quarters aren't fancy enough. Oh, that's right. We'd ask for silver statues to be made. I think they're still in the queue. Yeah. So we need the silver statues get made so we can decorate a little bit more. I mean, we could put random extra furniture in there too, but we'll see. Actually, hold on. Is it? It is engraved and it's still not enough. I could just make the room bigger. Also, you probably need some cabinets. There we go. That'll help. Yeah, I think we need to do more with our, with our, barracks and things like that. Okay, so the Mint Guild, which I think is a very appropriate name for a farmer's guild. Originally, when I see mint, I think of, like, minting coinage, but it's actually, you know, maybe it's more mint like the herb. So the Farmers Guild, which already exists and already has a guild hall, they want a grand guild hall now. So I'll approve of this. If we don't follow through with it, they will get bad thoughts. I think they might get happy thoughts immediately when we okay it. I'm not sure. But then they are going to get cranky if we don't satisfy it, but they'll get really happy if we do. So they have a guild hall. Jesus. Thanks for the sub, Kerbal King. A different kind of sub. Oh my god, we could have been making sub puns this entire time. Thank you very much. Healthy food, yeah. I think tomorrow's I think going to be a big errand day for me. First of all, I don't know if Glenn's in the chat. Tomorrow I'm making another run to the post office, and if things aren't there, I'm gonna have some talks with some people there. But hopefully there's going to be a package that's waiting there. Fingers crossed. The other thing I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go to the butcher, get some nice ribs. I'm going to do like a big rib dinner. We've got some vegetarian ribs for Essentia already in the freezer. So I'm going to do that and things. It's going to be a big day. But that means also not necessarily the healthiest of meals. So thank you very much for the healthy sub option for today. Much appreciated. All right, this farming guild. So currently the value is about 2,700 dwarf bucks. They need 10,000 dwarf bucks to get to the next level, which is presumably the Grand Guild Hall at the next level. I'm assuming. It might not be. Might be something else on the way. Who is just a new sub? Razor Red Hand, thank you very much. So, yeah, 28 members. Yeah, they're growing like crazy. They're growing like weeds. Yeah. So that's going to be more reason why you need the statues. Okay, let's make sure we do have the silver smelting going on. Someone had asked about that, and it's possible that it hadn't. What I did actually go through, and maybe that's going to be fine. Yeah, maybe we didn't actually have the automated thing. Tetrahedrite, hematite, lignite. It's possibly didn't. I did go through and set up a bunch of like sort of auto-repeating tasks for a few of these things. But yeah, it's possible we didn't have enough of it. Galena, I believe, is silver and lead. Do we have any native silver? Yeah. I'll put a few of those, just auto-repeat, go forever. And then I guess I'll also set up something over here. Smelt, native silver, smelt galena. Is there another one that's silver? We also have garnerite. I don't know what that's made up of, but we'll go ahead and set up a job over there. And I'll just put in, we might get some cancellations. But if we have more than 0, attempt to do 10. There. Yeah, maybe we weren't smelting the silver. Sure, we used to grow mint in our yard, but we had to savagely curtail it, stop it from taking over. Oh, is mint one of those? Yeah, aggressively outgrows a lot of weeds. Yeah, it's one of those that just goes forever. Do we have a dumping stockpile for stone? I don't know if we do. I mean, I guess it's fine that it's here. All right. What I'm going to do is... Tell me this is just sparring. Oh, someone is trying to attack an echidna skeleton. Passes right through, passes right through. Echidnas are one of the creatures that can roll up and become invulnerable, right? I'm hoping that's not what's going on over here. Anyway, let's set up a couple of more craft dwarf workshops here. We're going to get the entire mug industry in kind of one place. Couple more. Then, for jewelers... set those up over here. Mint will also give off a taste to neighboring plants. Had oregano plant that tastes like mint. What, really? Yeah, the tapping sound is just the constant sound of combat. Little custom alert. Oh! We also want a planters guild. Okay, well... let's dig out a new area over here. With this, did I just do the... yeah, okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a double wide here to make sure that engravings work properly. Dig that out, and we'll make that the Planters Guild. And yeah, hopefully we can get those statues going. The Planters Guild demands seed funding. Essentia, can you ban Doc Villain? I mean, that's just awful. That's just... I mean... you need to be punished. Oh, there's a mod you can add to existing game to make sparring sounds quiet. Okay, that might be nice, because yeah, I think by default with the announcement file, it's hard to split the two. Okay, so next what we're going to do, I don't know if we had the okay, rock mugs over here. I'm going to cancel this rock mug workshop order, because that was going and being built anywhere. I am instead going to, these two Craftsdwarf workshops are only going to be for mugs ever. So, how do I make it so that it's only... like, so I can make a job here for rock mugs. Can I not make it so that it doesn't accept general orders? Oh, general work orders allowed 5. 0. There you go. So you will never get any general work orders. The only thing you'll ever do is get the rock mug job. And if rock mugs, well, empty rock mugs, this is going to run, if we've got like less than 300 mugs, make that. I'm going to do exactly the same thing over here. It would be convenient if I could copy it. There you go. So as long as we have fewer than 300 mugs in total, it's going to go there. Now, the other thing is in my general stockpile, I think I mentioned it already, I did turn off mugs from being stored there. This is going to make it so that we are going to have some specific stockpiles just for mugs. And the advantage is it's going to make it a lot cleaner maybe for some of the trades and things like that. We're not going to have to worry about like artifact earrings being mixed into the same bins as our general mug thing. So it should be a little easier for us to find our way around. Coach Calvin, thank you very much for the sub. And Dwarf Dragon, as well as All Puns Blazing. Good name for the streams here. Thank you very much for the resubs. So let's make a stockpile like this. I always forget that you have to hit OK first. And accept. So this one here is going to be just for goblets. Now, if you just turn this on, they won't be accepted because of the material filter. It's a lot easier to just say, okay, accept all types of finished goods, then none of the types other than goblets, and then you're going to be okay. Any quality, any material, will get the goblets in there. So it's turned off everywhere else, so they should all end up here. I could consider putting this close to our trade depot as well, just so that for the trading it won't take very long to carry over, but it doesn't take that long to move bins anyway, so it's going to be all right. Then I'm going to make another stockpile, which is going to be for our gems. Now, I allow rough gems everywhere. I just want to make sure that cut gems are here. Now, really, with our special jobs, the whole reason we're doing this... I did it again. Come on. You know what? We'll do that, because it looked kind of cool. We'll do this, and toggle on gems here. The reason we're making a specialized area for this isn't actually for the gems themselves, but rather for the mugs. Because the thing is, the whole idea here is in my jeweler's workshop, I'm going to add a new task, Actually, let me rename these stockpiles. It'll make it a little clearer to see what's going on here. I ended up doing something similar in our YouTube series. You're getting deja vu. I don't think we did it in this run. There we go. So over here, we want to add a job to encrust finished goods with cut gems, but we only want to do the mugs. And there's no way to set a filter to that. So what we want to do here is add a stockpile link so that it will only take from this stockpile here for mugs. Do I have to set another filter, or is it just good now? But I'll also say, take from this gem stockpile. I don't know if I need to do the second one. The mug pile, yeah. I'm hoping that if I set a limit, you do? Where do we set it where it can't take from anywhere else? In this UI. I think if you have at least one link, it's automatically in take only from link mode. Okay. And setting for 2 stockpiles is enough. Okay. Because I think previously... Did you have to set it? No, okay. So only unlinked ones take from anywhere? So I do have to set both. Oh, maybe that's what people were saying. You do. I have to set both. Not you do have to tell them not to take from anywhere. There you go. So these Jeweler's Workshops, which are set to encrust finished goods with cut gems, will only take from these 2. And again, really... I wouldn't mind if they took gems from anywhere, but we'll go ahead and do this because why not? And that's going to be okay. Now, this Jeweler's Workshop is still set to cut gems. Let me just verify here. Yeah, I have a generic cut gems, which is fine. I increased this number. We were doing 1 today. Now I'm going to set it to start doing more. What I'd like to do really is just set a repeating job on here that's protected and doesn't cancel, but you need DF hack to do that kind of thing. I'm just making sure we don't have an encrust job in here, and I don't think we do. Oh, right here, we do, actually. I'm gonna cancel that, because that was our generic one. Excellent. And then down here, we can see the new ones I just set up. Oh, right. That wasn't the work order. That was just my one-time little thing. Now I'm gonna set a work order here. Encrust finished gems, goods with encrusted gems. We don't have to do this fast. I don't necessarily want to overwork the dwarves. So this, I might just keep going 1 a day at both workshops. And then this here, we specifically want to say goblets. There you go. Improvable finished goods goblets is greater than 0. And cut gems greater than 0. I don't know. You know what? I kind of don't mind it if it was just auto, like, spamming the cancel things. Again, I could just do this and repeat. The problem is if it ever runs out, it will cancel completely. I guess what I'll do, hold on. I'll just do something like encrust finished goods with cut gems. And I'll just tell it, check every day. I'll just do that. Much simpler. Don't do this, just every day. Oops. There you go. There you go. You have 2 separate ones in here, right? No, it's the same one. What? Oh, no, they're not the same. One set to 1. Yeah, let me make sure I actually locked that in properly. Yeah, I did. Okay, there we go. Both of these, every day we'll attempt to do 10. And they can only take from here, so they'll only ever do those mugs. That's going to be okay. One was make 1, one's make 10. So we're gonna get some cancellation spam. Oh no! Pizza Metris has slipped into depression, and the stapler is stumbling around obliviously. Oh man. That's a shame. There we go. Things are being moved over here. They should get bins. Yeah. So right now they're just on the ground, but people will bring bins over and then they'll get reorganized and that's going to be fine. Oh no, just like in real life. Sorry, pizza metrist. So this stockpile will have both encrusted and non-encrusted mugs, but that's fine. Let's put some doors in here just for show. They're not really needed. But unlike RimWorld, doors don't slow down dwarves, I don't think. And, you know, if they're well-made, then they'll get happy thoughts there. We're not getting as many well-made things as usual because this labor system is not... I mean, unless I'm still using it totally wrong, it just doesn't seem as conducive for making highly focused and specialized dwarves as the old system. Are they mad? So I think a lot of the mad ones are kids. No, that's not the case. A lot of them are military. Some of them are kids. Now, I did get a suggestion that for the children, we should take off burial and maybe refuse hauling. I don't know if that counts, but burial because they might be getting a lot of bad thoughts from seeing the corpses. Are any dwarves active? We do have some staggered training in the wall defense. I think what I'm going to do for all of my dwarves is I'm going to give them a full time off right now. There we go. Just everyone take a little bit of time off. Am I still the record keeper? Let's take a look here. Well, that's a good question because, yeah, if you are in depression mode, that's not going to work out anymore, right? We should replace our bookkeeper. Into the miner. Now, we'll just grab one of the administrators. Maybe we'll give them a name. Again, why? Someone said something about double click. If I double click here? No. Dang. Id bomb. Id bomb. Right there. Need a name. Manage requests. Her name's going to be Desert Tiger. Desert Tiger, the new bookkeeper. Which means you also need to get your office assigned to you. Blam. Oh, it assigns your spouse as well. That's interesting. Huh. So depressed that I've just been fired. I know, right? That's going to make your life, you're going to be happier and happier. Everything's wonderful. Oh, hitting some undead. I mean, we do have like the wall here. If any our archers end up on the top of the wall, and they had been on a patrol duty, they were taking shots, which actually has been, I think, probably great training. Why do we have a dwarf blood here? Human bowman corpse. Did an undead get in here? I know that like they're sometimes raising undead in this field here. Ableist should complain to HR. Mm-hmm. Well, not human resources, it would be dwarven resources. Alright, but the mugification is happening. The gemification is happening. That's good too. This place over here is just only cutting gems. Okay, yeah, so, I don't think yeah, so you still get generalized work orders, which actually, you know what, I'm kind of fine with. Yeah, these two get general work orders, I'm okay with that. So they can cut gems a little bit faster. Still human resources because no one likes it. Yeah, we could put a human in charge of it. That would be a whole thing. Some forging jobs finished there. That's good. Where is... I'm sorry. Do we have a... Are they trying to farm on the surface? No. Are they trying to grab seeds from the surface? Why are we getting, like, planting interrupted from seeing things on the surface? Store item in bin, interrupted by human. So they're seeing human corpses outside, getting interrupted. But why are they even up here in the first place? We have a hole. Do we? There is a slope here. Oh no, that's the slope to the roof of this thing. Do we have a hole from cutting down a tree? Outside the walls on top of the farm. Open space. Oh shit. Well, I'm shocked that there's not... Okay, but it's not a slope, so they can't actually just walk down here. Theoretically, one could end up jumping down. But they can't walk down here. Okay, I'm going to say it's not the end of the world. Because we do have our farms way down here. I don't like that our drink number keeps going down. We could build a wall to stuff it. That's a good point. I think we need 2. Oh no, that's mudstone. So is this the only hole here? Oh, that's not the hotkey for construct. Okay, pause right there. Yeah, building present. And yeah, it doesn't light ruin the... Yeah, because now it's an overland farm plot. Sons of bitches. You know, I'm just going to go and remove that farm plot completely. Well, it turns it into an above-ground farm. So we could grow above-ground crops over here. Well, I actually don't know, because it might just be the one tile. And just in case, like, people have line of sight things, we're just going to put a door in there, just to block some line of sight. Drink numbers going down. Sounds like many households over Christmas holiday. Okay, yeah. Now, I wonder, how many people, instead of setting up a repeating brew drinks job, just set up like, if I just set up like brew 230 drinks repeat per season, that would generate enough drinks for our dwarves, because they drink 2 drinks per season. I'd probably increase the number a little bit more. Because right now it's attempt to brew 10 per day. Until we've got 300. Assuming we've got room to place things. And barrels, so we must have at least 30 empty barrels. So the brew drinks job must be operating. I don't know. If we have any fruits... Oh, no, we don't. Okay. 1 2 3 I don't remember. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was 2 per season, but maybe I'm off. In any case, like 10 per day. Well, maybe it's not enough to keep pace. Dwarf Fortress. How many drinks? Oh no, they drink an average of 5 times per season. See, I said last stream, or not last stream, but recently, I said I think they eat 2 meals per season and 4 drinks per season. And someone said, no, I think it's 1 and 2. And then I assumed they were right if they were correcting me. But apparently not. They drink 5 times per season. Which, I mean, still, like, so clearly just the 10 per day is just not enough to keep track. That's the big thing here. So we're just going to change this to, like, listen, you're allowed to brew up to 50 per day now until we hit 300. Just, I think this number is going down ever so slowly. 10 per day would be enough for me. What's everyone else drinking? Yeah, unfortunately, we can't really do very much caravanning with all the undead out on the surface, causing us problems. Oh, Pizza Metris is throwing a tantrum. Oh, I wonder if we, no cases, really? Oh, we don't have a dungeon either. Well, we're gonna have to get one ready. We're gonna build it. Could be here. This is sort of a kind of a utility public works sort of floor, right? Hospital, in prison, and tombs. We could do it here. We could do it on the noble floor. Don't forget to check for your sub. Right. Although I think Essentia... I don't know if Essentia was here when it actually came through. Because our Captain of the Guard needs a room. Oh, yeah, that's right. I think I was going to make this room the Captain of the Guard's room. And then the Starship Enterprise over here was going to be our Noble's room. Let's put in some engraving over here. Let me go ahead and make a change now. So I got to make some rooms. So this is going to be one office. Even though it's split in two. That's totally fine. Dining hall. Bedroom. You just check it's still 4-star flood. It is still 4-star flood. Good. So you gotta move here. In theory, this will be better. Maybe it won't be. I mean, the bedroom, sure. Hopefully the rest of it. Maybe it actually might be hard for the dining room. Maybe they don't engrave under furniture. Shit. And then our Captain of the Guard was Porthos. You have no weapon racks, armor stand. Okay, that's fine. We will go and add that in the dining room once the smoothing is done. I know if we put down furniture, it cancels the... Yeah, maybe it doesn't engrave at all underneath the furniture. We have to engrave it first. Was it always like that? I don't remember. If this dining hall is enough, what I can always do is just give them a room maybe across here. That's a dining room. Maybe I'll plan some carving out right now. Whoa. A little bit laggy there, game. Okay. Big dining hall. And then if we need that, and we need, especially as like they keep ranking up, I can always convert this entire thing into a glorified like office. I mean, it's just becomes a big administration center, right, with all the tables and chairs. So then that gives us a little bit of space. Door. I don't want to pick. Yeah, select material. It's less about picking the material and more about picking the highest quality door that we've got available. Keep this fancy AF. How long does the siege last? Apparently a year. We had the last undead siege break after a year. Annoyingly, right as we were ready to go out and engage them. Now, we might be able to engage these guys, although at last check, we hadn't finished getting everyone in steel armor yet. So, let's take a quick look. Oh yeah, see, it's definitely eating some of my my keyboard inputs here. Yeah, some people are definitely still missing some gear, but it's getting better. So I had to put my tavern right underneath the light aquifer for spraying mist directly into the tavern. Yeah, mist does make dwarves extremely happy. Hey, Mick, thanks for the sub. Steam release Undead seemed easier than it was. Oh, because it has two difficulties. Oh, maybe. Yeah, right. I mean, there's no hurry for us to pop the siege right now. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Ideally, I'd like to have it popped by next fall so that we can trade with the dwarves. But we'll see. Poet is visiting. Poet's about to die. It's funny, you don't get trade caravans with their siege, but there's still plenty of people who come to visit and then get eaten by the undead. Oh yeah, the guild halls, thanks. Yeah, I wonder if the statues are ready. Okay. So I am going to want to smooth this. And I'll do that before we put furniture in. So let's do that. Now, this guild hall, if I go... what am I looking for? Furniture. Statues. I still don't have any statues made. I mean, I could make them out of rock or something. But I was really, like, that's one of the things I want to use up our silver for. Let me just check. How's our silver bars coming? Okay, we have 152 silver bars. So, why haven't people gotten around to making the statues? Do we only have one metalsmith's forge? Hold on. Top priority job. We have two. Oh, cancel. We have this one. I'm looking for something else about a furnace. I don't remember. There's a place where we can check all our buildings, isn't there? Places, workshops. No, we only have one metalsmith's forge. So that explains a couple of things. You see things? Yeah, I never see things. So we're the opposite. Juna, if we put two of us together, we'll have one functional human being. Unless you have two spare anvils. That's true, we have at least those two. There might be more than that, because I think we've bought some from traders. If need be, we can craft one more as well. Well, the thing is, so Real Lucklet says 1 metalsmith's forge and 3 smelters seem perfectly balanced and reasonable. Actually, you do, I think, want more forgers than metalsmith's shop, because I think because it's a multi-step process to get the steel, I think you do need a lot of forges to feed into it. But we got a backlog of bars here. So I'm probably just going to slap down 4 of these forges, which will mean more than we need, but... Or maybe I do 1 more smelter and 2 forges. All of it's going to be moot when we finally get to... Oh yeah, we have tons of anvils. Good. Oh! They're not going to match. Right, I was leaving a gap for walls. Oh well. Oh yeah, if you want mugs in your tavern, you need a chest in there, which actually reminds me, do we have that? Yes. Can we reserve one of these for instruments? You know what, I'll just put some more chests in the tavern. Ruined restart. There we go. Okay. Although I'm still not seeing statues. I'm guessing maybe there's a limit to how many they'll in queue. General workers are like 5. That's what it is. So they queue up to 5, although this one's not full. And there's nothing here. I mean, it's a one-time order. We have silver bars. I mean, I can bring it up to priority. Kind of confused, though. Here, I'll go ahead and bring it up. Oops. Didn't mean to actually close it there. Okay. Above most of the other metal jobs. Why are dwarves angry? I don't know. Why is any dwarf ever angry? We did have a lot of military that were sort of, they'd been on duty for a while. Oh, it's supposed to be alternating training, but I think they'd gone a while without being satisfied by a few things. We'll check some more. They might need some more temples and things as well here. Okay, that's all smooth. Before I put any furniture, I will also put in an engrave here. Oops. I got set to 1 priority. You know what? It's fine. Give me top priority engraving. Is this the one where we attempted, even though it's the kind of the correct thing to do? It's the one where we only had like the 1 engraver set or limited number of engravers? Yeah. Although, yeah, they clearly have too many jobs. I guess I could open up a few more who are dabbling, but some of these have too many jobs. Oh, and pizza's never going to do anything, probably. I think they're probably broken forever. Yeah, that's the one which I can trim. I guess I could make them, I could tell them to do this exclusively. Like this mechanic over here. Don't do anything other than engrave now. And then a few of the others will still do it from time to time, but... Does the manager have time to process work orders? I think so. Yeah, these are all processed. Yeah. Who is our manager these days? Oh, it's 4-star flood. Yeah, they're not as busy, so it's okay. How do you feel about your rooms? Oh, you're actually happy with your rooms. Okay, so I can put the armor and weapon stands anywhere. I was semi-waiting until the smoothing was done, but or the engraving, but we can put it where... I don't know, military? Yeah. Weapon rack. Okay, and... Nope, I already did weapon rack. Armor stand. Right in this office. Okay. We might add more later for symmetry, but we'll see. You say your dwarfs only do one thing. I literally just did that 2 seconds ago with one of my engravers. I do think the new labor system is a lot better for new players, but I do think it's not as great for really having specialists the way we like to do it. Who are you fighting? Oh, Bard. Yeah. Bard came to visit. Bard's gonna die. Yeah, we get dabblers everywhere, exactly. So we'll make a new meeting area. So this was a planters guild, huh? New guild hall. And this interface was always shit and annoying. Squint mode engaged. Planters. So we have farmers and planters. I think farming is the generic job that encompasses lots of sub things, and planting is more specific. Yeah, a lot of individually assigned workshops might be a good way to do it, yeah. Wait. Dwarf Therapist got updated for this? Green Elite? Really? Huh. I haven't tested it. Interesting. Test release for Dwarf Hold on. Dwarf Therapist. Changelog. Releases 3 days ago. Seriously? Download? Well, there was a test. So there was a test a little while before. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hold on. I'm misreading this. I just downloaded the version for the old version. The version 5.0 test is out, but it's missing the feature assigning labors, which is not terribly useful. Okay. No. I mean, that'd be useful for, like, keeping an eye on your dwarves, but if it doesn't support assigning labors... EF hack auto dump worn clothes, please. Yeah. Part of me is like, there's so many improvements to the Steam version, but part of me is like, I don't know. I think is the next fortress going to be on classic on 0.47, so I can use all the DF hack and dwarf therapist quality of life stuff. I don't know. I mean, we used tile sets for their Dwarf Fortress before. The big thing that we'll be missing is this great screen for looking at people at a glance. Does dwarf therapists need their own office, maybe with a rock couch? That's what we need. We need in-game therapy for these freaking dwarves. I'm still confused about the lack of statues. Is it being canceled for some reason? There's gonna be too many things in here. And I suppose searchable. Yeah, I'll never spot it. Can I... What, with the hourglass? Oh. If the job isn't started, you can specify the job properties with the hourglass symbol. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know this. Maybe you're responding to something else I was saying. That is possible. Oh, wait. Are the statues done now? Because I'd moved them to the top here. I bet you they are done. Yep, we have 10 silver statues. Nice. And they get artwork too. You can actually specify what the statues, like what the art gets made on the statue too. Superior quality silver statue of Unib Gutterbelch, the persuasive stone. The item is a superiorly designed image of Unib Gutterbelch, the persuasive stone, the Hydra, and a dwarf in silver by Ilrod Gusalathad. The dwarf is striking down Unib Gutterbelch, the persuasive stone. The artwork relates to the killing of the Hydra, Unib Gutterbelch, the persuasive stone, by a dwarf. I like how the dwarf has no name. In Shaken Speaks in the Common Plains in the late summer of 21 during the rampage of the Hydra, Unib Gutterbelch, the persuasive stone in Shaken Speak. So we're going to put down a bunch of fancy statues in this guild hall and hopefully make people very happy with that. There we go. And then we're out of statues. I think I will ask for some more. We'll put it back in the bottom, but that's going to be fine. Actually, I might just keep some statues around. That seems like a good idea. Silver statue. We'll make them like 5 at a time. If we have less than 6, this way we'll never end up with more than 10 in total sitting around. That's going to be okay. But yeah, only queue it up if we have... at least 10 silver bars. I'm assuming it's 1 silver bar per. Okay, so we'll keep a steady supply of statues for decorating. I have used custom work details. We don't have any in this run. We've tried it. I was not happy with it. We've dabbled, we've experimented a few different ways of doing it, and at no point was I ever pleased with... oh, it might be 3 silver bars. There's no way to see in that menu, which is annoying. I don't know if you manually set one up, will it tell you the requirements? Oh, wait, is that not searchable? Oh, there we go. It was just... Yeah, I think I think it only searched the current list in some annoying way. So you have to go into submenus. Furniture, silver statue. Yeah, I don't know if it tells us here. It is 3. That's very annoying. So I guess I'd have to say at least 30 bar or whatever. You know what? I don't care if it's sitting there failing. It pollutes the log a little bit, but it's not actually a big deal. There, just do that. If we're seeing things about lacking silver, we can check to see if we need to mine more silver. But yeah, I was not happy with the specialized job. I suspect there's I'm wondering if the thing to do is to go through, turn off all these generalized jobs and only use the specialized ones. Although, I don't know if that will stop them from using workshops, because there's no actual job in here by default for the workshops. So we did need to do that, and then we need to flag maybe all the dwarves to only do what they're assigned to. And then it'll work in the classic style, right? If we tell all the dwarves only do what you're specifically assigned to, and then set up individual jobs. But it's a lot of extra clicking, and then every time there's a migration wave, I gotta go turn off all the generalized work, turn everything back on. I don't know. Echidna and Echidna combat. Just waiting for one of them to roll up and then never die. Yeah, at this point, I can probably have more specialized dwarves. And it's fine if there's a little bit more idleness. And maybe that'll be the thing. I mean, we do have, we already have a little bit of specialization now with the engraver. Why? You know, maybe I could just leave you on, although it is pretty slow. I don't know. It would be, for weapons and armor, that is one aspect of people where we need some specialization. But again, so what I can do, right, is I can set up a work detail here and say, listen, I want someone to become an unbelievably good armor smith. Okay? Done. It'd be nice if it auto-named the detail based on, like, the job. Especially if there's only one setup, but sure, you know, whatever. So we do this. Our best armor smith right now is Mufkut over here. So we say, only selected do this, turn you on, and limited to this. That's great. The problem is, I don't know if that'll actually, will that actually stop anyone else ever from doing armor? Because there's sort of the implicit armor smith job that is happening automatically behind the scenes. But maybe now that it's set, it will implicitly stop everyone else. And so we can do that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will do more of that. I don't like that it's always Roman numerals and we can't change the icon either, but I don't know. Let's do this. We can have a dedicated weaponsmith as well. We do have a legendary. And I guess they'll have a lot of time off, which is not the end of the world. It's still a hell of a lot better than the old system of like having to go through individual dwarves. And you can't see which liber it is by mousing over it. Oh, right. Because if we look over these jobs, I mean, we got symbols here, but yeah, like this guy here with the 2. It's like, what is this work detail? I mean, one assumes, hopefully he's assigned to weaponsmithing and armor smithing, but yeah. I should probably accept that it works well enough. What I don't like is that there's a lot of stuff that's sort of happening kind of magically behind the scenes to like disable and enable like the generalized stuff. That's not clear. I don't tend to like magic like that. It's like when I'm coding in Unity, I don't make heavy use of coroutines because I don't trust what's going on behind the scenes. It's like I'd rather roll my own system for like delayed jobs and things like that, which is dumb, but I don't trust it. I don't remember, does smoothing and engraving cross-train? Like, maybe... Because there's stone engraving. Is this also smoothing? Because weren't they 2 separate jobs previously? Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, okay. I thought they did cross-train. Yeah, I don't mind having a few others in here because we do have a lot of engraving jobs. It's nice if we can get one expert, but in a few dabblers throwing some half-assed stuff, it's not the end of the world. We'll use a decent quality door if we've got one here. Looks like that one's the best we've got. Used to be the same skill before the mainstream skill change. How are we doing here? Hey, how come the value of this didn't go up? I mean, I guess it's an estimate. I actually don't know how they like work the estimate here. But it was 2750 before we installed a bunch of silver statues. And some of them are pretty damn good. Huh. So yeah, it is still the broker that does the estimate, huh? We just gave Desert Tiger the job. Or broker. Esoteric fish. How are we doing on this? Oh, it's a lot of noise. It would be nice if maybe these skills were color-coded. Where's Appraiser? Do none of these guys have, like, appraising? I'm only seeing their actual social skills. Not the appraising skill. Oh, there it is. Talented Appraiser. Resteric Fish. I don't know. Oh, throw some more statues in there, or other buildings. See, Juna? That's why I said we got to combine. If you see things and I don't see things, with our powers combined, we'll become Captain able to use user interfaces. We're still under siege. Yeah, now that we got the extra forges finally set up, I'm willing to bet people are going to get armored up much faster. Why do we got, like, ammo coming and going? What's the deal here? No one's actively fighting. Oh, maybe they're training? At the archery? No. Huh. I wonder what that's representing. Poor Betka here has nothing. Mostly missing a lot of boots. Is that represented in our job? That the boots, we haven't really gotten to it yet? High boots, yep, that is the case. Okay. Yeah, I'm not rushing to bust out of our defenses. Getting the military to equip uniforms is pain. Yeah, kind of. Well, normally what happens when you when they actually get given a job, a lot of times they'll equip things. What I can do in a bit, we clearly still need the boots, right? Because we're at 19 of 20 in that job. But once that gets processed a little bit more, and actually, maybe what I'll do is I'll bring the boots up because we may have had other gear just sitting around. I don't think there's any way to like shift to like move a job up the queue or anything like that. I'm gonna turn off these repeating jobs. We'll just do them to order. There you go. We'll move the high boots a little sooner, so they'll get a little bit more priority for things. And once we get down to maybe like 10 left in the queue, I'll make sure that everyone gets turned on for training for a little bit, and they'll equip some stuff, and then we'll get maybe a better sense of where we're at. That is now on top of queue. Old man spearman stabs a cave crocodile. Okay, good for them. Oh, thank you, Essentia. Fey Mood! Oh, that was quick. Hold on, pause. Dastot. So you're probably quite close to this. Dastot, right here. We need a name. Next in the queue is Swamp Slug! Swamp Slug, the Dwarven Child. I think that's a great name for a Dwarven Child. Now, because they are a child, and just a dabbling planter, yeah, we're going to get a generic craft, hence the Craft Dwarf Workshop. One of the nice things, okay, there can be an advantage of having everyone dabble in weaponsmithing, because when they get in a strange mood, they choose, I believe, their highest ranked moodable skill. Highest ranked skill that can be used for a strange mood, and then they make an artifact of that type. So if you get everyone to have a little bit of skill in weapon or armor smithing, then when they get a strange mood, they might trigger that. In our 7 Pillars Fortress, we attempted to optimize around that by having our Build-A-Bolt workshop, where we had a ton of weapons workshops set up with a repeating job to make like a single metal bolt per season or per day. I can't remember how we set it up. And the only people who'd use it are people with good skill. And the regular workshops where everything was made, we made sure there was a skill minimum. And then I think we turned on weaponsmithing for everyone. so that all dwarves could potentially from time to time go and craft a bolt, which A, satisfied their need to create something, and B, potentially gave them a little bit of weapon skill so that they could get that as a mutable thing. I don't know exactly how well we made it work, or how well it did work, but I think we had some success with it. Okay, let's get, let's make this one look different. Instead of like a kind of meeting place with tables, let's make this one look almost like a meeting room. People can like sit and gain lessons or something like that. Or you know what? I'm gonna make a round table kind of vibe. That's what we're gonna do. Use closest material is fine. Oh, I started in the wrong place. Actually, I don't think we want corners. Yeah. There you go. You're centered up. And then what do I want? I want chairs. Okay. Meeting room, make sure the chalkboards have no erasers. Poet is fighting one of the corpses. All right, good luck with that. Mostly, I think the poet is adding to the undead vibe. Mysterious construction already. Hang on. What did you collect? Swamp slug? You've got kaolinite, butamus coal, cave crocodile bone, copper bars ×2, a trillion cut red pyropes. That's a lot of gems. Trillion. Some wombat leather. The parentheses here, I believe, means we traded for this. We didn't make it ourselves. And pigtail cloth. That's a lot of shit. That's going to be a really valuable artifact. Oh, that's a good way. You know what? You reminded me with the pedestal thing. That is a good way to increase the value of these rooms. We can put artifacts in here. I wonder if I have pedestals sitting around. Oh, wait. Display. No, I don't have any. Let's make some pedestals. Can I make them out of silver? Yeah. All right. So that's going to be 10 pedestals. Trash area outside bones. Yeah, okay, that's a good point. Should we bring all the bones indoors? Let's put them in here. I'm a little worried about miasma, but I guess what I could do is I could seal the doors here. Occasionally, as people open and close them, they will leak. Oh, needs adjacent wall. Like, why can't I build there? Can I build the doors before the walls are actually in place? I suspect the answer is no. Yeah, no. Okay. Metal artifact socks don't sound comfortable, but they're artifact. They're beautifully made. And I think those metal artifact socks from our YouTube campaign. Spoiler alert, sorry. I'm not sure, but are they made out of candy? I think they might be. Every time. I'm like, there, it's drawn. Close. Go ahead and hit accept. I'm gonna make a corpse and refuse stockpile. They can be combined. Oh, right. Refuse. Corpse. There. Let's do that. And yeah, let's trash these. Right now they don't collect refuse from outside, so I'm gonna temporarily, this won't be a big deal because the door's closed. Gather everything that's outside. We'll just have to remember to turn that off later when we open our door. Oh, the sub is here now. Great stuff. Thank you, Essentia. Much appreciated. Suppose I could have some specialized craft dwarf. They will be busy all the time. So stone carving is what I want, right? For our mugs? Okay, people with no other jobs. Yeah, we don't have anyone particularly great at it yet. Let's get 4 people dedicated. That's probably more than we need, actually. Maybe 3. Because we have 2 mug places always going on, plus there's the extra spot. That'll probably keep them decently busy. Okay. Alright, let's go get our sub. Can't really make a safety save. Now, you guys will let me know if something goes really badly, right? Oh, no, I want to... It'll pause when the artifact's done. Perfect. All right, be right back. Enjoy chair. Did you enjoy the chair? The chair is the hero we need in the serve. Oh. See, this is why we need a chair company sponsor. They don't know how much attention their chair would get on a stream. Swamp Slug has created Esmulbogosh Atash Dakash, a Kalenite puzzle box. Okay, with that many parts involved, I bet you it's a wonderful one of these brain teaser puzzles. Difficulty 10, for sure. Let's take a look at the artifact. Blam. Oh, there's a lot of text! There's so much text! 2750, really? I guess the base materials weren't that valuable? Or no, I think our broker is just evaluating everything at 2750. It's like the dwarven equivalent of the Loch Ness Monster. I want 350. This is a Kalenite puzzle box. All craft dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with oval Kalenite cabochons and encircled with bands of point-cut red pyropes and wombat leather. The object menaces with spikes of cave crocodile bone and pigtail. On the item is the image of Udi Boardwine, the human, and Unid Gutterbelch, the persuasive stone, the Hydra. We get a second response, or second reference to the same thing. Unid Gutterbelch, the persuasive stone, is striking down Udi Boardwine. The artwork relates to the killing of the human Udi Boardwine by the Hydra, Unid Gutterbelch, the persuasive stone, in Shaken Speaks in the Common Plains late summer of 21, during the rampage of the Hydra Unid Gutterbelch, the persuasive stone in Shaken Speak. So this is the exact same rampage that eventually leads to the Hydra being downed by an unnamed dwarf. On the item is an image of a Marquise cut gems in copper. On the item is an image of Begin Sparkled, the mudstone earring in copper. Is this one of our artifacts? Yep. These earrings over here feature on the puzzle box. That's awesome. It's cool. You solve the puzzle and you summon the Hydra. Now this sounds like a great premise for a D&D campaign. Literally, the last time I created a D&D campaign, I actually didn't create a Dwarf Fortress world. In one of our Dwarf Fortress Let's Plays, I went into legend mode and looked up the gods and things like that and used that as my basis of the pantheon in my custom D&D campaign. I used Dwarf Fortress to help generate that, which I thought was great. So we're gonna wait for some of those pedestals to be done. Yeah, I haven't started yet, which fair enough. And then we're going to put some artifacts in our guild houses. All right, let's have a bite of our sub from a sub. I got some sriracha mustard here. I'm going to give us a little hit of that. Someone die? Oh, take a look at that in a sec. Come on. Nearly empty. There we are. Who died? Human Lasher. Oh! In our caverns. Okay, we're gonna have to do some investigation. Hold on a second. Oh, good. I know, it does generate tons of icons these days. Cavern dwellers. Wait, what? What happened while I was away? Is this an underground raid?
Hey, Quill, pay
This is a
attention.
named cave swallow man spearman. So he can fly. So that's great. 7 years old. Killed the human. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't know how to parse your name there, Q0084. Thanks for the sub. Thank you very much. Ooh, 3 months in advance. Now that's planning. All right, let's mobilize everyone here, although I'm wondering if only the bowmen might be able to deal with this. Attempt to kill that. It's just hovering above. Oh, it just descended. Yeah, but it's well above our dwarves. It's just chilling up here. Okay, we just went down. Some bolts are definitely going because I can see them getting flung. That was a Kia. There you go. Okay, I think, yeah, it's down. Being fought here. Militia captain grabs the cave swallow man spearman by the first toe, right foot, with a right upper arm. I love the details. Bends cave swallow's left lower arm. Oops. A ligament in the left elbow has been torn, and a tendon has been torn. Militia captain punches the cave swallow man spearman in the upper body with her right hand, bruising the muscle and tearing apart the middle spine's nervous tissue. Ooh. Militia captain's left upper arm skids along the ground, bruising the bone. Okay, that might be the end of that attack, though. Wow. Okay. There's a Kia involved somewhere, too. Oh, outside here. Fighting the undead. Yeah, okay. Must have fell down a ramp. Oh! A dodge in combat that led to falling down the ramp? Yeah, maybe. Okay. Looks like the surface has been cleaned up at this point. So I'm going to go back into our orders here. Don't collect refuse from outside. There you go. So that's all been brought under the surface here. And so this stuff's all like sun bleach bones. So it's fine. But future refuse might be rotting. So we'll get a couple of doors in here just to try to contain the miasma. Do I still have an arm? There's no health screen, right? No, that's one of the things we complain about that is missing these days. Oops. Also, I gotta check for mandates. Yeah, you were fine. Just a little bit of bruising. Asteric fish. You're okay. Don't export large gems. That's right. No, we're fine with that. We don't export large gems. We encrust mugs with them and then export that, which I think they're totally cool with. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing is, don't just tell people that Dwarf Fortress is ready for 0.5 for Steam, because it's not quite accurate. Because if you can't assign labors with it yet, then like the thing that 95% of people spend 95% of their time doing in Dwarf Therapist isn't yet there for Steam. I wonder if you can assign squads, though. That wouldn't be bad. That is one of the very useful abilities of Dwarf Therapist. Or a stapler. Alright, let's cancel a bunch of this. Oh, we do have a patient. Who's in here? Zolban? Your left lower arm needs cleaning. Now, presumably you have soap. So you don't have access to water. Do we not have water in our caverns anywhere? No, we definitely do. Can you not reach it? You can go here, maybe. Tell you what, since we're patrolling these, let's just make sure that we can access here. I will designate a water source. We don't have a well, but they should be able to use a bucket to get this. Although, maybe I should just set up a well. We shouldn't have to mark it. I have it said they prefer water zones, but they should be able to use it anywhere. We'll do this so it's technically present. But yeah, maybe it's time to set up a well. Well. I wonder how likely we are to have dwarves just die from falling down. Looks like we can do a decent well from here. So dig a ramp. Sorry, a channel. Good. Yeah, we'll do that. And then right next to it, we'll get a staircase for service. And actually, let me make the ramp a priority 2. Or sorry, again, the channel a priority 2. So the staircase happens first. Excellent. So this is the floor here with the hospital. We'll probably set up multiple wells. Or it's not the floor with the hospital. This is the floor with the hospital. So, yeah, you know what? Don't bother from here. Bother from starting from here. Interestingly enough, it's still going to make an up-down staircase here. Okay. We should have ropes and buckets. We should have everything we need to make this happen. Flying enemies can come out the well. Yeah, it's fine. That's how we get the fun. I mean, we actually have... our caverns aren't blocked off right now. Hey, ambiguous amphibian! Thank you very much for the raid. Cheers! Strike the earth! Hello, AA and friends. We're currently digging a well while we're under siege by horrendous undead on the surface. Our military is pretty kitted out. I think we can check the boots situation, which is mostly what we're waiting on. Yeah, still a lot without boots. Some missing their shields. We might actually be ready to brave the undead that are out there. All these zombies. Human crossbowman corpse. Tons of them. Putrid slayer. Spearman corpse. And then, yeah, every now and again, some bard shows up and then dies and then joins the undead. Oh, thanks. I like the hat, too. We have some seats. Seats happen all the time. I did change my kitchen over here to cook seeds. The only seeds we don't cook are the cave wheat seeds, the plum helmet seeds, and also the pigtail. But I guess we have no pigtails currently available, so they're not showing up at all, which is a little bit odd, but yeah. So I don't really care. I mean, we could be grinding more of them to oils and stuff, but yeah. They're just adding up. They may not have boots because they're shoes. If you have them wear over uniform, they won't change shoes to boot. Oh, that's interesting. But I do know we are also waiting for the boots to be made. Like, that's one of the things. So shields are definitely still pending. And yeah, you can see the high boots are still definitely still in the queue. How we doing? Any word? No, I'm not seeing any interruptions about lack of material. We are still getting interruptions by spotting monsters. There was the hole here. No, sorry, not there. Here. But no one should be seeing anything. Unless these roots, because that's how those holes happen, is when the roots of the trees. I'm not sure. There might be some more holes in here. I don't like, it's kind of hard to spot them. Kill all the trees. Well, one of the things to do is we really shouldn't have, well, we didn't have that many sandy layers. So we were limited in where we could build our farms initially. Now that we have dug down to the cavern, and we do have some farming there, I could just move all the farming down below. Oh, yeah. Oh, population dropped at one. It was there was a human, we had a kind of an invasion in one of our cavern levels over here, and a human swordman got killed by a cave swallow spearman, which has since been killed, so. But yeah, they were clearly caught out. Probably someone who had joined the fortress for the purpose of eradicating monsters, and the monster got them first. There's a bunch of stuff designated here to be mined, which can't be reached, which is fine. I don't actually care. Just did it at some point. I don't know if it causes frame rate problems. We could do a big cancel later. But yeah, I just did a vein mining on like all the cavern bits just to get whatever. There's also a good way to do some quick auto exploring of things. Okay, let's take a look at our guilds. Do we have our pedestal yet? No. Oh, God. I got 4 metalsmith things now. Maybe I still need more of those. Okay, we're out of rough gems, which is fine. Echidna skeleton going to town on people. Metal high boots sound like they're made for stomping. Yeah, these boots are made for stomping, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna stomp some elves into goo. Boom, 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 boom. What do humans count to your population? So if you get a petition for someone to be a permanent resident, they will count as part of the population there. Yeah, soil mechanics encourage you to make cavern farms now. Yeah, absolutely. It's great. High boots, would they be too tall for dwarves? I think they just mean like cowboy boots or whatever. Boots that cover up your, like, up to your calves or something. Your version was less aggressive, you liked it better? What, essentially, you didn't approve of my song? My song of violence? I'm shocked to hear that. Our drinks count is still going down. This feels like they're not making booze fit quick enough, is just what it's feeling like to me. And I know we have multiple stills. Don't we? Am I crazy? I've been wrong this whole time. We only have one still. Shut up. I totally didn't not realize that I only had one still. There you go. Let's get another one. Let's dig out a little bit more space over here too. Oops, that is not going to be the correct place. So the popcorning is just combat happening. Sometimes, no, this is legit combat. Echidna skeleton scratching the human maceman. Echidnas are near impossible to damn kill, leading to these like infinitude combats. And it's none of our people are involved in it. It's just some rando who just wandered onto the map and is gonna die. Well, presumably. Unless somehow one of our humans walked out of the base again. It wouldn't be the first time. I thought we built a bunch of stills. But that explains why the booze count keeps going down. It's literally impossible to make enough booze for the amount of dwarves we have from just the one still. We got a second one up. I'll probably slap down another couple here. This is the combat that never ends. It just goes on, my friend. Force bends the neck, the force bends the neck, the force bends the neck. So it's an echidna that's slowly smothering a human to death, maybe. Human is overexerted. This is going to be the thing that's the most dangerous to us when we try to go out here. Already killed one dwarf. Probably a dwarven visitor. Seem to know DF. How do I remove 200 fully furnished rooms, each having a bed, table, chair, cabinet, chest, without going one by one? That's a good question, because you can go with the designate. You can designate constructed walls and floors and things to be removed. But that doesn't uninstall. Oh, probably the best... Oh, I was going to say the best way to do it is to use a macro, but the macros for in Dwarf Fortress Steam Edition don't work properly for building designate. Actually, it... is there a hotkey for deconstruct, actually? Normally you would use X. That's a... I actually don't know the answer to that. Let's... No, it must not, because I can't go into Q mode. So in classic non-Steam, you could go and hit Q and then set up a macro to deconstruct things. I actually don't know the answer. Had a pangolin, spent 2 years against a forgotten beast before I got tired of waiting something dwarfs out to kill the beast. Abrogator, did you do a Reddit post about that like a day or two ago? In which case, I totally saw your post. That sounds dirty. I mean, not really, but kinda. Yeah, I did, yeah. I just heard that story. You saw that post too? Yeah. It was great. It's because pangos and echidnas, when they roll up, I think they're supposed to be, like, nigh indestructible. I've never really experienced it myself. I've always heard that if one of them becomes undead, like this echidna, things can be really bad. So I guess we're going to find out at some point. Y'all are still 8, yes. Reddit account exposed in 4K. You don't let me lay out, start over? Okay, yeah, let's trash the fort and start over, yes. I really want to go out and, like, just clear out the undead. Again, we're autumn already. So we're missing the dwarven caravan regardless. I think this siege started in early autumn. So I think they're going to bail at the end of the month here. I don't know if they're going to leave the undead behind. We'll have to do some cleanup. Yeah, these things are still being... Well, now, yeah, right, of course, we only have one armorer now. I might have to do the designated armor crafting here. Let's actually set up a couple more armoring specialists. Because we clearly need some more. You're weaponsmithing. Just gonna pick someone who doesn't really have a job. Even if they don't have anything going on yet. Not Chief Medical Dwarf. Or even if they're not that good yet is what I meant to say. Okay, you over here, congratulations. You are also becoming an armor smith. But yeah, I should, if I have so few specialists, I really should have them focus on these, because we might get some weird things where, like, jobs sort of get blocked on each other. Well, there's a couple of different ways I can do it. I guess I could limit the shops from the global one. I could say only assign it to one shop. Because you can't, once a job is set up from here, as far as I know, I can't assign it to a workshop. I can limit how many get assigned it so it doesn't spread it around, but that's not really going to be the solution. So really, it's more like I'd set up the work orders at a specific shop just to make sure that they don't block each other. Like, if each one of these shops is waiting for a weaponsmith, which is what's happening because they're all waiting on copper bolts, the one weaponsmith is stopping all the armor smiths from getting around to the job. Yeah, so I think I probably will have to do specialized things if I'm going to do this. But I'm also thinking I'm going to set up a second weaponsmith here. So not the militia can't... Okay, this planter here... Yeah, let's have you become a weaponsmith. I'm going to take you off of wood cutting. Id imish. There we go. But yeah, I'm going to change the forged copper bolts here. I'm going to take out that job. And have this workshop here. Not accept general work orders. And instead, just get the specialized job for copper bolts. Should have checked the number, but we have less than a couple of hundred copper bolts, make copper bolts, but only here. And if there are still some jobs in this queue, I'm going to clear that so our armorers can get around to it here. Okay. It's a little bit better. See, until I notice. Until I notice what? Yeah, we can limit which shops accept orders, which I just did. Oh, drinks going up finally. Hooray! Oh, are you, are you in the military, huh? Yeah, we should probably take you out. What about esoteric fish as well, I wonder? So who's in what? Yeah, esoteric fish, I could... Wow, and you were leading the military. Yeah, we should definitely swap you. Henser's a miner. Yeah, let's not use you. Not the medical dwarf. I'm gonna grab Addis. You don't have any special jobs. Congratulations. You're now in charge of this. And then Pizza Metris, same thing. We're gonna sub you out. Competent bow dwarf. Oh, there you go. Missed you. There you are. I mean, ideally, it would be nice to grab people with, like, good leadership skills or something. Wait, de-stapler. Wait, who did I sub out? There we go. And yeah, I suppose if Dwarf Therapist, even if it can't do labors, if it's a good place to at least look at squads, even if we can't assign them, it might be worth taking a look at that. Oh, the siege is lifted. There you go. See, autumn started, the siege is gone. Random questions, Quillified Discord. I do have a Discord. It's for Twitch subscribers. So if you subscribe on Twitch, you can link your Discord and you'll join in. Yeah, so the siege is lifted. I wonder if there's still undead around. Yeah, I was pretty sure there would be. Not the ones who showed up, but the ones who were made undead. Where's all the Crundles? Oh, way down here. Do we have... Okay, let's get everyone selected here. We'll put back people onto, like, the... I was gonna say staggered training. Is this one where I set up? I got the wall defense, but I guess I don't have the cavern patrol. I might want to do that. Let's do that. I'm also just gonna tell people to get stationed over here, and we're gonna open the drawbridge. Pull the lever. Plunk. Okay. Now, it was nice when you used to be able to, like, select kill from a list. Especially right now with all the undead, but now we don't have that. Oh well. Just stay stationed over here in the open doorway. Actually, I'm going to station you outside. Or maybe faster line of sight. I guess I could just station you around. That's probably an undead coming here. Who the hell are you? Reslu, Keeper of the Seal. Attend meeting. Wait, are you from a trade caravan? Didn't think it would come. Oh, maybe the siege lifted right before autumn? Oh, yeah, the caravan arrived. Okay, I guess it maybe ended technically on, like, the last day of summer or something. So we are doing some combat here. We're fighting that echidna. I'm worried about that. Some of the dwarven guards might come in at the same time. Okay, right there, we have the echidna of doom. Kupernith, which means, or Kuberini, which means pregnant tempted. We're not here to king shame. Cannot breathe, vision loss. Yeah, well, you're undead. Axdorf punches the echidna skeleton in the upper body left hand, but the attack passes right through. What does that mean? Passes right through. Is that what it means when they're rolled up and indestructible? Meanwhile, the echidna's killing us. No skin. Yeah, but I'm assuming they have bone. I'm not sure anything is making contact. Oh, right here. Wrestler hacks the skeleton in the upper body, shattering the spine. Okay, so we can hurt it. Barely. Maybe. Just cage it and keep it a pet. Oh, speaking of, that's a good reminder. I do want to set up a bunch of cages out here. Nope, not cages. Traps. Cage traps. Passes right through. And the echidna is still, even though we shattered the echidna's spine, it's still hurting us. And it'll never tire because it's undead. I'm worried.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
If I tell you to kill what's in this tile, are you going to correctly pick the echidna? It doesn't tell us what the target is. Okay, it did pick that. I mean, we can train our military forever. I guess there's that. Josh Truth, thank you very much for the sub. Can I go into dev mode and just kill it? Svigo's burr. Yeah. Grabbing these finished good bins. Still looking for a revamp on all this, but can you double click on this to see what's inside? Oh yeah, okay. Cool. Oh, and but you can't grab individual things from inside, which is fine. Okay, I was seeing a dev mode kill if necessary. Is there a dev mode? Maybe kill. Like, if the civilians could maybe brave putting a trap here. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, they're moving. Well, it's moving. Let's see. It's basically unbreakable. No kidding. Muscular. Mouth gone. Toes gone. Toes gone. Toes gone. Toes gone. All the skin's gone. All this is gone. I mean, could you tell me what's left? Save files counts, right? I mean, at this point, even if I tell these guys to cancel their jobs, I mean, they're still going to be willing to fight. They're still in combat. The burr noise is this. Yeah, we're getting infinite experience, but they're all going to collapse from exhaustion. And they are taking some injuries as well. The merchants are in on this too. Combat goes burr, yeah. I'm a little worried. Is it possible that we are actually, because I know there's been bugs for this, but I would have thought that maybe it would have been fixed by now. Every now and then the echidna gets out of the dog pile. Build the wall around it. We can't though, because our civilian dwarves won't do it. Like, they'll get scared off by this scary creature. Yeah, we've got some people with battle axes. We've got some people with warhammers. Maybe we don't have enough of them. We do have silver warhammers being made. And some of them must be equipped. Yeah, see, Silver Warhammer over here. Can we somehow lure it? The problem is I don't really have control over my dwarves' movement now. I can't force them to move. Like, I can give them a station command. Or burrow defense or something. Or maybe, can I burrow them here? Yeah, no, the population went down. I know. If I burrow them here, I wonder if they'll drop combat, go here, and maybe I can smash them? Yeah, I could remove them from the military, you're right, and then they would run away. I wonder if I rebuild these traps. Hold on. Cancel these just to free up the traps, which are not being delivered right now anyway. One got installed somehow. If I build them over here, I wonder if they could run away and chase, and it would chase them into some cage traps by this door. Or something like that. Just wander around inside the base somewhere. I can't... Well, I could temporarily put it here. It does screw up the wagons. I suppose when the trade caravan leaves, I could set something up there. Okay, let's let this go on until the civilians go and install the traps here. And yeah, we'll see if we can just get it trapped inside. No, the echidna skeleton won't make people undead. It's only the necromancer who was lingering around was creating the undead. Dwarven child find dead. I mean, if anyone was ever going to destroy an invincible skeleton, it probably was going to be a dwarven child. If there was a RimWorld, I could enter dev mode and just click to destroy. And they'd pound it into bone meal by now, right? If this was Forgotten Beast, it'd be dead by now. Or, I mean, depending on what kind it is, it would just AoE and kill us all. Oh, diplomacy actually technically started. All right, liaison from the mountain home. I'm not going to request anything. You know what? No. More pigtail seeds. Yeah, it was... okay. Dwarf Fortress Echidna. It's been the case forever. It's been years, I think, that this has been a thing. Bugs. If curled up or retracted creature dies and it's reanimated by a necromancer, it retains the effect of being curled up but can move and attack as normal. As a result, for example, an undead echidna is invulnerable to destruction. As a result, undead echidna may at the same time be curled up, making it unkillable and move/attack. Modding the game and remove prevents parent collapse from the spine body part of the affected animal will allow them to be pulped and killed while curled up. While it makes normal echidnas weaker, this is not a major problem as echidnas are not supposed to be really hard to kill. Workaround may restore otherwise unplayable game. Alright. We could try that. I mean, we gotta end the stream here. Popping the spine body part removing prevents parent collapse. Given that the echidnas will allow them to be pulped while in ball form. If I had DF hack, I could do it as well. Yeah. Huh. Well, it is time for us to end the stream and to do a raid on a Kiss for Lux channel. I will see what I can do to hack via the config file to make echidnas not indestructible. I mean, it's already managed to kill a few of our people just by sheer endurance, basically. How come this scrolls and sometimes it doesn't scroll? Well, we're not going to save scum. I'll just see if I can just edit the file to make the undead echidna technically killable. But I'll have to do that in between episodes and things. But yeah, if you had your own necromancer, you raise unbeatable army of undead echidnas. That is true. That is true. I still think it might be possible to do the trap thing as well. But this probably won't be the last undead echidna we deal with here. And that's definitely kind of a glitch. I just accept defeat. The site belongs to echidna now. Well, that's the other possibility. I could just declare that this fortress has been defeated by the echidna and then use that as an excuse to start something new. Because new things are always fun. New fortresses, new themes. Those are always possibilities. But we'll see. Well, I'm not gonna, there's nothing to save scum to. I'd have to save scum to, like, the beginning of the stream. Well, that's not true. I could probably save scum to the save at the start of autumn. Which, that autosave still exists. I could do that. But I'm fine with a few cranky dwarves. I'm fine with saying that it's, like, it's killed a few of us and left some of us cranky. But I'll have to make the edit so that it doesn't auto-kill it. It doesn't end it completely. Only restart after the echidna's killed all dwarves. Yeah! So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. Next live stream is going to be on Wednesday, where... Are we gonna continue Satisfactory? I think we are. Saturday is RimWorld, and next Monday will be Dwarf Fortress in some form. We'll see how it is. For now, we're gonna rate a Kiss for Luck's channel, where Kiss for Luck is playing Baldur's Gate 3. So if you're interested in some Baldur's Gate 3, stick around, join the raid. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on Wednesday for Satisfactory. See you then. Bye-bye.